Just seemingly...
It's a shame.
It's a shame.
It really is, because, last week they played alongside each other. Both scored, Paul. Good goals. Both got good goals in that win over AFC. And I just wanted to see them again. Rhys Healey is coming back to full match fitness. Sam Nombe has burst onto the scene. Yes, we're going to see Sam today. Kieran replaces him, but a real annoyance and a blow, because you feel from what one would feel from watching the game last week against AFC, those two could, between them, look at 30 goals. And if you could get a strike partnership getting 30 goals in a season, you're probably going to be in the top 8, probably top 6 if you've got two front men scoring those kind of goals. So a huge disappointment, but Kieran Agard's going to step up to the plate. He'll add something to the game. He'll want to prove himself and be given the opportunity to do that. But yeah, very disappointing, and I'm sure Rhys Healey's hugely disappointed.
And Kieran Agard has to get his head in the game, as it were, pretty quickly, of course, because up until about 15 minutes ago he was just going through a gentle jog around Bloomfield Road, and now he starts up top.
I think he's experienced enough, isn't he, to be able to just cope with that, Paul?
Yeah, he's up top with Sam Nombe. One change, or two changes now, of course. The one change previous to that was Poole coming in for Gilby. Nichols in goal, Walsh, Martin, Williams, Lewington, Poole, Houghton, McGrandles, Kasumi, Nombe and Agard. Well, Blackpool lost a 2-goal lead against Coventry a week ago to lose by 3-2, but even so, as they sit in 6th position with 12 points, their form has dipped since the start of the season, but they are still there's nothing getting rid of this feel-good factor in the northwest. The Tangerine Dream is back on track, apparently, according to one or two banners around Bloomfield Road.
It was a hellish time for them, wasn't it? It really was.
As well, wasn't it?
And it just never seemed to stop. But what a difference in the atmosphere here. They, as a fan of this football club, you must feel like you've finally got your club back. A lot of these fans didn't come, and for the first kind of year or so, they got criticised. You should back your team any way you want. And then I think the football world understood why they turned their back on the ownership here. But that's all gone now. They can look forward, but let's hope they look forward after today, Paul.
Yeah, quite. We're about to get off and underway. I think most of these supporters have got about 6 years worth of chanting built up inside them that's all coming out now. The Don supporters, decent number, have made what I can only imagine, if our journey's anything to go by, is quite the journey up from Milton Keynes today, but they're alongside us here effectively. They're just to the left of us here in the stand, the main stand here at Bloomfield Road. We're about to get off and underway. Three Counties Sport on BBC Three Counties Radio. Andy Haynes is our referee, and this League One fixture is off and underway on 104.5 FM. And I follow MK Dons around the world. Early challenge on Kasumi, second challenge on Kasumi is a fair one, according to the referee, Armand Nangelay, who had a spell in the Three Counties at Stevenage earlier in his career. He's had a spell at a lot of places actually earlier in his career, but seems to have found a home here in the northwest. The ball's with Ben Hennigan. They've got a 3 at the back as well, Blackpool, and they'll be looking at the likes of Kai and Nangelay to fire them to victory here. Here's Nangelay, who stands about 8'5" by the look of it from here. He passes it out wide to Feeney on the right hand side, looking to take on Dean Lewington. Goes on the outside of him. Lewington all in yellow, the Dons this afternoon. Ball comes in on Feeney's left foot, and it's over the top of Sully Kai, and Jay Spearing picks up in the midfield. There's a foul by Kasumi halfway inside the the Dons half, and the free kick is taken quickly. Feeney again looks like he might be a threat on that right hand side. His cross is blocked by Dean Lewington, and we've had 90 seconds and Blackpool have started just about the brighter.
Yeah, you'd understand it, you'd expect it with this kind of atmosphere. They've got decent pace down that right hand side with Feeney. Spearing will give them a lot. He's the man in the middle that just distributes the ball and gets the ball out to the flanks.
Feeney once again, little back heel to Ryan Edwards, the centre back. His cross is blocked. It bounces towards the centre circle. It's once again picked up by Blackpool. Curtis Tilt in possession. Over to the left-hand side, back to Tilt. He's got support from Hennigan, but Tilt plays it forward down the left-hand side, and they're passing it around really nicely early on here. Joe Nuttall in possession to Kai. Plays it forward, and well, that's a good commentator's curse, Luke, because I said they were passing it around nicely, and then Nuttall promptly puts it straight out of play. Throw to the Dons.
Yeah, Dons have just got to soak this up, haven't they? First 5-10 minutes, just be solid, do the basic things right, don't let them through, just let them have this flourish at the beginning of the game. You know, it's expected from a home side that's, you know, it's been in relatively good form this season, although current form isn't great.
Agar just seen off there by Hennigan. The ball's played down the left-hand side once again, and a foot in there from Jordan Houghton. Throw to the Dons. Taken by Williams. Swing and a miss there by Hennigan. I think he did get something on it though, so it's another throw which Williams storms down the line to take. This one's in a far more advanced position. Blackpool 0, MK Dons 0 on Three Counties Sport. Paul Dixon and Luke Ashmead with you at Bloomfield Road. Williams plays it miles back, all the way to the halfway line. I would have suspected that was quite an attacking throw he could have had there, but anyway. They've got the ball with Joe Walsh. Left-footed, plays it to Russell Martin. Short pass to Regan Poole. Left-footed over the top, looking for Numbe. Headed away. Yeah. And a push on Houghton by Spearing. He's not happy, but the referee says free kick.
Well, absolutely was a push, Paul, from Spearing. Right decision. The referee saw it, gave it. Good start. Bright start to the game. Both sides having a decent amount of the football. Beautiful day, isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous.
A lovely late summer or early autumn, whichever you prefer, day, as the Dons took the free kick and the referee wasn't happy, so he wants it taken again. Made all the difference, that. I think it might have been a moving ball, actually. McGrandles takes it short to Lewington, who chips the ball towards the right-hand side of the penalty area, over the top of the defender. It's going to be the first corner of the afternoon, and it goes the way of MK Dons.
A bit shaky, don't they, if I'm honest with you, Paul? Blackpool, in the early stages at the back, look great going forward, but they have looked a little bit shaky at the back. Quite nice being sat with the MK Dons fans to our side at our away ground for a change.
Quiz question: how many players does it take to take an MK Dons corner?
Always two.
You all know. You all know. Anyway, it comes in now from Lewington. Wasn't the best actually, but Blackpool couldn't deal with it. It's played back in, headed away, and only as far as Martin, who slams it in. Russell Martin gives the Dons the lead after 5 minutes. It wasn't the best corner from Dean Lewington, but Blackpool made a hash of it. It came to Martin, and he hammered it past the goalkeeper to give the Dons an early lead at Bloomfield Road. Blackpool 0, MK Dons 1.
Very, very easy. Sam Nombe a part of that, Paul. He was a menace. They couldn't get the ball away from him. He put the ball over the back of his shoulder, and it just bounced around, and it was awkward. The Blackpool defenders didn't get rid of it, and really good finish from Russell Martin, who had to get over the ball and almost drive it into the ground, and it bounced up into the roof of the net. I mean, great stuff from Russell Martin. Another goal from the man who was so important last season, but Sam Nombe was part of that, and he was causing problems in the box that led to the goal. Well, what a great start,
wasn't
Paul.
It? Yeah, Blackpool had the first couple of minutes and looked like they were. There's a challenge there by Kai. Exchanges passes with Nanjule. The ball almost broke out to Feeney on the right-hand side, but it's the Dons who come forward, and it's over the top by McGrandles. There was two forward, Nombe and Agar, but Anik comes out of his goal and is able to clear up to the halfway line. Throw to Milton Keynes Dons, who lead here by a goal to 0. And I think if it's a defeat here, it's more defeats than wins in the opening 7 games, but a win and suddenly they're level on points with Blackpool, who we feel have had a decent start. So it's not a lot on this game, I don't mean for the season, but just a little bit going forward. Just to see yourself 4 wins, 3 defeats would be a bit of a boost. The Dons in possession of the lead, but not the ball at the moment, as it's played across by Hennigan to Ryan Edwards, the former Plymouth man who made the switch from southwest to northwest in the summer. It's played.
That's a good ball.
Played forward. Oh, almost taken down by Husband, who was onto it, but couldn't quite control it. And it'll be a goal kick. And I don't think Lee Nichols has touched the ball, has he?
Not until now.
He will take the goal kick now, though. 7 minutes played. Blackpool 0, Dons 1. 104.5 FM for Milton Keynes, and I follow MK Dons around the world, wherever you are. A very good afternoon to you. If you have just joined us, you've already missed a Dons goal. Russell Martin lashing in after a Dean Lewington corner, and as Luke says, good work from Sam Nombe, the man in form at the moment. It's up towards Nombe. If you are just joining us as well, the Dons initially made just one change to the side that beat AFC Wimbledon, and that saw Poole come in for Gilby, but Rhys Healey was injured in the warm-up, and so Kieran Agard, who initially started on the bench, is in the side alongside Nombe. Ashiangani takes his place on the bench, so the Dons have a full quota of replacements should they need it. The ball is played forward by Blackpool up towards Nangelay, but it's comfortably dealt with by Joe Walsh. It was a nice header actually across to his left hand side, and Lewington, who rather shanked a ball forward. It's dealt with by Blackpool, and Thompson has it in the midfield, and he gets the free kick. Jordan Thompson, a foul by Jordan Houghton. He plays it back to Ben Hennigan. Ryan Edwards in possession, approaches the halfway line. Not a great ball though. McGrandles didn't know much about it, but is able to make the interception, and then he's fouled just over the halfway line by Nangelay, and it's a free kick to the Dons. Nangelay is a player who can look excellent but can look all legs at times, and that was one of those occasions, and that was a very clumsy foul. Lewington takes the free kick, tries to curl it in behind to Sam Nombe, and Nombe just got ahead of the defender really well there. He's by the corner flag, he's got absolutely no support. Dean Lewington tries to provide some. The ball's played and intercepted though, and Feeney plays it into his penalty area. Hennigan will clear right-footed up to the halfway line, headed away by Kasumi, only as far as Kai does well to see off Kasumi thought about the lunge but decided against it, working hard the Dons. They force Blackpool back to the edge of their own penalty area. It's played out to the right hand side, and Ryan Edwards down the line up towards Joe Nuttall, and put out of play for a throw to Blackpool, which Sully Kai will take. 10 minutes played at Bloomfield Road. Blackpool 0, MK Dons 1. Russell Martin with the goal. Excellent atmosphere this afternoon as Nuttall looks to flick it away from Walsh, and he does that, but only finds Dean Lewington, who despite all his experience still looks uncomfortable when the ball's played to his right foot, and he gets the ball forward on his unfavoured boot. Walsh, Martin, edge of his penalty area, plays it short to Walsh, who was about to be challenged by Nuttall, as is Nichols there. Very calm from Nichols as Nangelay came to meet him, and they've played that out nicely. Regan Poole comes forward, chips it long, looking for the run of Agard. It's headed away by Hennigan. Good challenge there by McGrandles on Joe Nuttall. And they're knocking it around nicely. Kasumi, header down by Houghton. Williams now out to the right hand side. It's played in low, and it's put out of play for a corner by Curtis Tilt, who wasn't 100% sure what to do with it. And the Dons scored from their first corner, and this is their second corner with 11 minutes played.
So in charge of this game at the moment, passing the ball around really nicely. They look comfortable. It's slightly disappointing when you see Regan Poole play the ball long unnecessarily, which he did a minute ago, but the Dons are totally in control of this game at the moment.
Lewington and Houghton are over it. Far side, it's going to be Lewington. He gets a bit more air in this one towards Williams. Williams wins a header. There's an opportunity possibly. Williams tried to get the shot in. Another shot comes in, and it's blocked in. It'll be a goal kick. Oh, I thought it was blocked. It was
Russell Martin
again, wasn't it?
Going for his double.
Time.
Can you imagine that? 2-0 up, and Russell Martin's getting both of them. Oh, we know he can score a goal, to be fair. You know. What a good start, Paul. I mean,
very
3 minutes, you thought, oh, Blackpool have started on fire here. And I said, ride it out. I said 5 or 10 minutes. They've done better than that. They've just let Blackpool have the first couple of moments, and they've completely taken control of this game so far. Let's see what Blackpool have in response, eh?
Play forward by Blackpool. It's hooked away into the Blackpool dugout by Houghton. Through to the home side. Simon Grayson in his second spell. He got them promoted from this division once before. Had spells at the likes of Leeds, Huddersfield. Got them both of those promoted as well, of course.
He's got a good record against MK Dons as well, hasn't he? I think he's only been in charge of a side that's lost twice against MK Dons. Not
the best clearance by Williams. Nangelay went over his foot, and that was helpful to the Dons. Williams just with a poor pass forward. Ball's picked up by Jay Spearing, the Blackpool captain. Played in by Husband. Once again, the clearance is just up in the air slightly by Russell Martin, but McGrandles, I think, he's had an excellent start to this game.
Really good.
Unlucky there, though, as Thompson picks up for the home side. Husband, left-hand side. He's waiting for someone. He's waiting for the overlap. It finally comes in shape of Curtis Tilt. Don's back in numbers. Everybody but Agard back. Ball played in towards Nangelay, but Lee Nichols is happy in the sunshine to pick that one up, and he bowls it out to McGrandles. He goes over under no challenge at all, really, from Nuttall, but he won the free kick. That was a little cheeky from McGrandles, but you know, you get what you can. It's a free kick to Blackpool. Ball was played for. They do seem to play it long slightly unnecessarily, though, the Dons. They play 15 passes and then just hit one long and it's headed away.
I think what they've got, and the reason why that's become part of their game, is because Nombe is so good at hanging off the shoulder of the last defender, getting the ball over the top, and then he's got the pace to beat, you know, those two big central defenders, or three big central defenders, and I think that's why that's become part of the game.
That's good from Blackpool. Feeney, first time ball into the penalty area, headed away by Russell Martin, picked up on the edge of the box, and McGrandles went to sleep. Nuttall now, edge of the penalty area, right hand side, plays it to Spearing. It was just about out of his reach, but the former Liverpool player manages to find Husband on the left hand side. Such a good pace about this game. Williams is with him, cross comes in, it's blocked by George Williams, and it'll be a first Blackpool corner of the afternoon.
Trading blows at the moment, Paul, aren't they?
It could be 4-4 this, couldn't it, quite easily. Just as you think the Dons are in charge, Blackpool come again. We've only had 14 minutes at Bloomfield Road.
Feeney's a threat down this right, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Very much so. Sully Kai will take the corner from the Blackpool left. Dons leading by a goal to nil. It'll be right-footed, and it comes. It's in the danger zone, and it's flashed wide of goal by Joe Nuttall, who I think felt he should have scored. That's the first real sight of goal for the home side. It remains 1-0. Nichols taking his time. He's getting a little bit of a hard time from those Blackpool fans behind that goal. Both ends are very populated, and Nichols finally takes the goal kick. It did take him about 35 seconds. Ball up towards Nombe, who's beaten in the air. Nangelay nods it down to Spearing. In the centre circle is Jordan Thompson. Nice ball to James Husband, who's seeing a little bit more of the ball now, the left wing back. Spearing, Nangelay, back to Spearing, halfway inside the Dons' half. Blackpool in their tangerine shirts. The Dons are in their yellow strip this afternoon. Feeney looks to go on the outside of Lewington. It touched off Lewington and finds its way into the penalty area, but not with enough pace to trouble Joe Walsh. Clears, and it's played forward. Nombe is trying to get the better of Hennigan, and Hennigan was just about good enough to see Nombe off there.
And that's why the ball is sometimes played long.
Here's Nangelay, steps on the ball to allow Feeney to take up play. Edwards now Spearing. Plays it short to Hennigan in the centre circle, inside his own half. The ball bobbles as it finds its way out to Curtis Tilt. Now Husband, now Tilt again. Goes the other side of Agard and plays an aimless ball forward, and Lee Nichols can collect. 17 minutes played. Three Counties Sport on BBC Three Counties Radio. Luton in action at QPR this afternoon.
Losing by a goal to nil.
That's on our digital radio and Freeview channel.
And 103.8 today, no Watford. So
103.8.
Yep.
Wickham are at Gillingham.
0-0.
At 98 FM as the ball goes under the referee's foot, and Lewington helps it on to McGrandles. who drifts out towards the left-hand side. Walsh now, who's further forward to McGrandles. Lewington, McGrandles, Walsh. Level with the Blackpool penalty area on the left. McGrandles swings a ball in towards the back post where Williams has gone over and appeals for a tug. The referee and assistant say nothing doing, and he went over fairly theatrically there.
Yes.
So my thought was if the ref doesn't give the penalty, he might book him.
Well,
but he neither.
Yeah, he certainly. I think he certainly wanted everyone to see that he was being pushed. But no doing, and there weren't too many complaints from the other MK Dons players or the bench. So.
Just to complete our matches on 95.5, Stevenage are in action against Carlisle.
0-0.
Thank you, Luke. 1-0 here to the Dons. Williams, lovely skill there from George Williams, steps inside two, goes on the outside. Regan Poole is challenged immediately by Jordan Thompson. 18 minutes played at Bloomfield Road. Blackpool 0, MK Dons 1. Paul Dixon and Luke Ashmead inside the home of Blackpool as Agard goes over. The referee is right on the spot to give the free kick, which is to the right of the centre circle inside the Blackpool half, and I think the Dons are quite happy to take that from a little bit further back. They're not too bothered. Russell Martin with the only goal of the game so far. Dons got good value for it, I think, can't they?
Yeah.
Blackpool have come in spells, 1 or 2 2-minute, 3-minute spells, but they've not. But I think the Dons have been the better side in this game so far.
Agreed.
Chance to potentially add to their lead here as they've got a free kick. Jordan Houghton drills it into the penalty area. It's headed away by Hennigan, back by Poole, away again by Blackpool, only as far as Regan Poole, who makes Jordan Houghton just work for that one to keep it in play halfway inside the Blackpool half. Plays it back to McGrandles, puts his foot on it, plays it forward up towards Agard, and there's a foul by Agard on Curtis Tilt, and it's a free kick.
Wasn't really a foul, just play on them. You know, I don't think Kieran Agard did much wrong there, to be honest with you, but defenders seem to get those these days.
19 minutes played, and it's fairly flown by. Ball played forward by Jack Anick. Ryan Edwards in field. Thompson is on the halfway line. Back to Ryan Edwards. And in the centre circle once again is Thompson. Now Tilt, who's under pressure from Kieran Agard. Has to go back to his goalkeeper. Anick plays it out to the right again to Edwards. Thompson inside his own half. Edwards just to the right of him in possession now for Blackpool. Back to Thompson once again. Under pressure from Sam Numbe. Feeney, Edwards spearing in the centre circle. Nombe tries to make the challenge, defending from the front.
Really good, really good. Spearing had nowhere to go, Paul.
Ball played in behind though, and Walsh just fell asleep slightly. Ball played in straight into the hands of Lee Nichols. Joe Nuttall it was who got forward. Dons are giving the ball away there, and then Nichols is outside of his goal, but that helps him in the end actually, because he was able to clear.
He was, absolutely.
It was Russell Martin who just hammered the ball against Nangelay, and it ricocheted back into the penalty area, and Nichols was on hand to clear, but they're creating a little bit of problem for themselves at times, the Dons, as Feeney steps away from Lewington, drifts the ball into the penalty area. It's headed away by Russell Martin, the goal scorer. Spearing just flicks the ball out to the left-hand side, and Curtis Tilt puts his foot on the ball. Blackpool 0, MK Dons 1 as the home side come forward. Here's Tilt approaching the halfway point in the first half. Blackpool again, though, forced to go all the way back, and here's Ryan Edwards out to Feeney, who has been a threat in the opening 20 minutes or so. No way through for Blackpool at the moment though, and once again they've had to go back into their own half. Ryan Edwards again, who's seen a lot of the ball recently. He tries to spray a ball out. That's a nice ball out, but even better defending by George Williams. Plays it infield, and Kasumi Short pass to Jordan Houghton. Now Williams. Back to Poole, who hammers the ball forward, looking for the run of Agard. It's headed away by Tilt, picked up in midfield by Spearing. Now Thompson steps away from Conor McGrandles. He's got Feeney just over the halfway line. Liam Feeney comes forward unchallenged. Conor McGrandles comes to meet him. And the referee has stopped play mid-flow because James Husband is injured. That was weird.
Why stop?
Unless it's a head injury, which it could be, I suppose. Slightly obscure.
Well, why is it? I don't understand why he stopped it.
We didn't, because Husband was making his way off the pitch anyway. So what's he going to do now? Because Feeney was in possession.
Yeah. How bizarre.
I couldn't see where he was going. There's two MK Dons players basically in the Dons dugout having a chat with Paul Tisdale and the coaching staff at the moment. It's the two strikers.
Yeah, Nombe and Agard. How bizarre. I don't understand. Husband was almost off the pitch. He wasn't down. It doesn't look like a head injury, so I don't know what that's all about.
Is it blood? It's nose, isn't it? He's taking a whack on the nose.
Right, so maybe it is. But
even so, he was making, I don't know. Anyway, he's allowed Blackpool to effectively start from where we were, which was the right-hand side of Feeney. An odd few minutes. On the overlap is Ryan Edwards. Edwards, the centre-back, unable to get past Joe Walsh, and Walsh with some very good defending there, and Lewington plays it forward up to the halfway line. Nombe with a little touch to Agard. Kai comes to meeting him, and Nombe, just as the ball was going to get to him, falls over, and he battles back and gives away the free kick. It's Blackpool 0, MK Dons 1. Luke will take you to half-time.
Yeah, 23 minutes played, 0-1 then. There's threat in this Blackpool side, make no mistake, but the Dons are leading, and it's a Russell Martin goal in the first half. Early on as well, 5 minutes in. Nangele plays it back to Thompson, midway inside the MK Dons half, out to this near side, and Feeney. Feeney takes a touch, they're going to get past Dean Lewington, tries to use his pace. Good block though by Lewington, out for a corner to the home side. The Tangerines are back. The Tangerine dream is back on track, they said. Well, it's not so far, because the Dons lead here by a goal to 0. Corner taken quickly. Thompson back to Feeney. Feeney in some space, chips it over towards the far post. Nangele's there, heads it back. Is Edwards going to pick it up? No, I think Nuttall has it. Nuttall just stabs it back. Right-footed effort coming in from the far side. Smashes against an MK Dons player and goes out of play for a throw on this near side that Spearing will take. Spearing has Feeney in front of him, plays it to him, back to goal. Feeney plays it to Spearing, and then into the middle of the park, and Jordan Thompson. Thompson, left-footed, plays the ball over to Tilt. Tilt over the halfway line, just on the left-hand side of the centre circle. Tilt looking for options, has one in the shape of Husband, who's back on the pitch now. Husband has to go back. Good pressing from MK Dons, Paul.
Yeah, I mean, they've done it all game, haven't they? They just have the two strikers who start the defensive unit, if you like, because it's played forward.
Long ball forward towards Nangele. Decent header though from Joe Walsh. Husband's there. Clearance comes. It's going to bobble it around. A little bit scrappy. Conor McGrandles. Not sure what he's doing, but he gets it to Houghton. Does well, McGrandles. Almost backed himself into a bit of a cul-de-sac there. Clearance from Poole on the far side, hits a Blackpool player, almost falls into the path of Nangele. Well, he'll have another opportunity here, because it's with the big man. Played back. There's a chance. Long-range effort from Sully Kai, and it's behind, and it will be a goal kick, Paul.
Well, they created problems of their own doing
absolutely.
Again, didn't they? Is that the third time, fourth time that a clearance has hit the back of a striker and rebounded to a Tangerine shirt? It must be the third time that's happened in this game. Excuse me. And you know what? At some point, Kai or Nangele will hit one into the corner, and it'll be an equaliser. And they don't need to do that. Either clear it, get rid of it. You know, they're all experienced defenders. And in fact, it's the more experienced defenders who are in the shape of Russell Martin and Joe Walsh, who are making these unforced. I say unforced. They're not unforced because there's Blackpool players right with them. But
here's Nangele on the edge of the area. Kai Thompson out to Feeney. Feeney trying to get past Lewington again. He's going to have his work cut out for him today, Louis. Feeney can't get past Lewington at the moment. Plays it infield. Thompson on this near side. Left-footed delivery all the way across. It's a good delivery as well. Really good delivery with Nuttall coming in on it, and Nangelay just beyond it, but it's gone behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, I think they're getting a little nearer, aren't they? They're just getting a little bit more time on the ball in an advanced area. For them, quite a bit of the game, Blackpool, when they've had the ball, it's been the likes of Edwards and Hennigan and Tilt inside their own half. But just as the game's wearing on, it's just a little bit further forward. And the Dons just need to, if they can, just push them back a little bit like they've been doing.
Nichols with the goal kick, upfield towards Nombe. Header came from the big central defender Ryan Edwards. And, Ben Hennigan. And it's out of play. Oh no, the free kick's been given by the referee, hasn't it? Elsewhere then in League One, Accrington Stanley 1, Sunderland 2. It's 1-0 to Oxford in Carl Robinson's 500th game as a league manager. Peterborough 1, Rochdale 0, Rotherham 1, Bolton 1, and Southend 1, Fleetwood 0. They're the only goals, along with this one here, Russell Martin's goal coming 5 minutes into the game, which sees MK Dons leading at Bloomfield Road on 104.5 FM, and I follow MK Dons. Here's Edwards on the right-hand side for the Tangerines. Tries to get past McGrandles. McGrandles then smashes it against Feeney, and it's gone out of play and will be a throw for the visitors that Dean Lewington will take on this near side. Nangelay, of course, and Kaiko, we've heard their names plenty. The two top scorers at the moment with 5 and 4 goals. Sam Nombe, of course, 4 in 4 for the Dons so far. 9th meeting in all competitions between Blackpool and MK Dons. And the head-to-head record is just shaded by Blackpool, with an overall record of 4 wins for them, 3 wins for the Dons, and 1 draw in all those competitions. We were talking a little bit earlier on about, I think it was a 3-2 victory for Blackpool here when Stephen Quinn made his debut way back. Dons were leading 2-1 here, and that was when the stand we're sat in now wasn't finished. It was open to the elements, and believe you me, when it rained, there was no cover anywhere. You got absolutely drenched, a little bit like that stand at Gillingham. Anyway, Dons have it on the far side. George Williams, was he fouled? No, says the referee. Yes, says the referee. Took his time in giving that one. Free kick taken back to Russell Martin, the goal scorer, to Conor McGrandles. McGrandles approaches the halfway line, just rolls it into the path of Walsh. Walsh forward towards Nombe. Agard's not going to get there. And then Kasumi puts it out of play. Slightly wild pass from David Kasumi. And it will be a throw-in on this near side for Blackpool, who trail by a goal to nil. If you've just tuned in on Three Counties Sport, Luton are losing by 2 goals to nil at Queen's Park Rangers on 103.8 and digital radio. The Chairboys 0-0 against Gillingham, and Stevenage beating Carlisle by a goal to nil, of course under Mark Sampson, as Dino Mamria has parted company with the club here on 104.5 FM. And Dons player, well, I follow MK Dons. Goodness me, Dons player went back in time a little bit there.
Didn't you? A little bit.
Lewington with the throw on this near side. Not really too much to tell you on the pitch, if I'm honest with you. What threatened to be a pretty good game has gone a little bit scrappy. Anyway, here's Feeney. Feeney plays the ball across to Tilt, who's just inside his penalty area. Now to Hennigan, who smashes it forward. Pools there. Nuttall comes across, puts it out of play, and MK Dons have a throw almost midway inside their own half. George Williams over it. Unbelievable, the change in atmosphere, isn't it, from the last home game? It's like a different football club, isn't it?
Exactly. You've got 3 times the amount of people here.
Sam Nombe was almost body slammed to the ground by Hennigan then as he jumped for the ball. He won the ball, but it broke free to a Blackpool player. Anyway, here's Edwards. Edwards on this near side for the home side, towards Feeney. Lewington steps in and does really well. Agard controls. Agard needs some support. Has it with McGrandles. McGrandles will have to go back to Joe Walsh. Really good play from Dean Lewington there. Nice and sharp to the ball. Walsh has gone back to Martin. Agard, the ball was nicked off him by Edwards. There's Thompson, long ball forward for him, over to the far side. Nuttall Nuttall to Husband. Husband delivers. Good delivery from Husband. Shot coming in from Kai. Eventually the clearance comes from Conor McGrandles. Here's Edwards. Edwards will play as this near side of Feeney. This is dangerous. Blackpool looking to get back into this game. They trail by a goal to nil. Feeney with delivery. Across it goes. Header way up in the air. Is Lee Nichols going to come and collect this? He flaps at it a little bit, but gets it away. Enough for Houghton to smash a clearance. It's going to fall to a Blackpool player though, and Curtis Tilt. Tilt has the ball nicked away from him by Sam Nombe, but Spearing steps in and collects the ball back for the home side.
Defended that fairly well. I think Lee Nichols at least took command. He made a decision and he stuck to it. But they've not had any sniff, have they, the Doms?
McGrandles doing great work in the middle of the park. Lewington plays it to Kasumi. Little touch from Houghton, finds Agard. Back to Houghton. Lewington's in space down this left-hand side. Lewington coming forward now, looking to get past the defender Edwards. Can't hit it against him, and now Feeney will have a run down this right. Hits McGrandles. Walsh will play this one. Lovely challenge from Joe Walsh. Brilliant play from Joe Walsh, who'd come all the way forward, and then Lewington tries to play it to McGrandles, and both teams are making silly errors and then making up for them with some great play. It's one of those kind of games. Kasumu to Williams. Oh, poor pass from Williams. Kasumi got away with that. So many errors going on the pitch from both sides, but nobody's really capitalising on the other team's errors. Here's Paul down the right-hand side. Paul looking to get past his man, and that man is the furthest man back, Joe Nuttall, on that far side. Towards Agard. Agard with the shot! And Agard's shot just wide. It's going to be a goal kick. Paul.
Yeah, I think that was possibly slightly closer from our angle than it was. Anik in the Blackpool goal seemed fairly comfortable that was going to go wide. I just said a few moments ago that Dons hadn't had a sniff up front for a good 10 or 15 minutes, and then they get forward with Regan Poole down the right-hand side, and a good turn from Agard. I think he probably did as well as he could there, really. He was on the turn, he was falling, and he managed to get the shot away. But like you say, both sides, they're kind of exchanging poor play at the moment, but neither side able to take advantage at the moment.
Header away by Russell Martin. Kasumu. Oh, that's poor control from David Kasumi, and that's where he goes wrong. That's where he's not at his best. Easily done by Jordan Thompson. Into the box. Dangerous. Nangele can't control it. McGrandles jumps. Good strong header from Conor McGrandles, who's been one of my pick of the bunch this afternoon. Conor been very strong in that role. Feeney on this near side, delivers the ball low, clearance comes to Kai. Kai towards the edge of the penalty area, has Feeney on the right side, plays it to Feeney. MK Dons defending now, 33 minutes play, but they still lead by a goal to nil, the visitors. Here's Feeney onto his left foot, plays it to the far post, and but not great awareness there from Lee Nichols, because all he had to do was let that go out of play, and he's punched it out, and it's gone out for a throw on the far side, Paul.
Exactly, just needs to have a little look behind him, or get a shout from someone, or just because if he just leaves that, it goes out harmlessly for a goal kick.
Husband rolls the ball back. This is Thompson. Thompson will try and deliver. He'll go back onto his right foot. Will he? No. Eventually looks to get the ball delivered. Does get the ball delivered, and that was important for Lee Nichols to come and collect, because I think Nuttall was chasing that one down, and he clears first time up towards Sam Nombe. Sam Nombe gets smashed in the back of the head. And I think both players got caught there. Hennigan is the player who's holding his head in the Blackpool ranks. They both jumped for it. I don't think there was anything nasty involved there, was there? It was just two players jumping. Nombe's been smashed in the back of the head. Hennigan's feeling it as well, and it's going to be Simon Crampton, and to have a look at Sam Nombe. Well, a little bit of concern.
Hennigan headed the back of Nombe's head, didn't he? I mean, the ball was there. They both went up for it. And Hennigan's forehead is getting treated, and Nombe, who I think has come off significantly worse in this, is being treated.
Elsewhere, in our game on DAB and 103.8, Luton are losing by 3-0 against Queen's Park Rangers. 3-0 down. Not having a great afternoon at Loftus Road. Here it's 1-0, of course, to MK Dons. That goal coming 5 minutes in. Russell Martin with it. And elsewhere, Wickham drawing 0-0 at Priestfield. Gillingham 0, Wickham 0. Stevenage still leading Carlisle by a goal to nil. And in the National League, Bournemouth 0-0 at Harrogate. Sam Nombe back on his feet. The referee having a word with Dean Lewington, and pretty much every player to a man has gone to get a drink, and now we'll start the game again. 36 minutes played. MK Dons leading by a goal to nil here.
Yeah, warm day in the northwest, so just taking
lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, taking some fluid on board, but I think Houghton they'll be pretty happy. We'll be very happy his team are winning, but he'll be fairly happy with the performance as well. You're always going to get away from home. The home team, especially a goal down so early, they're going to attack you, aren't they? And you can't. I think he'll just want those. Blackpool score a great goal or carve the Dons open. That's one thing, but he won't want any of these errors. He won't want these errors to continue because it's just inviting pressure.
Header from Russell Martin was a good one. Got above Nangelay. Now Williams with the long ball forward towards Nombe. Nombe does well. Eventually shoved off the ball. He's a constant threat, though, isn't he, Sam Nombe?
He's just such a hard worker. If he continues doing that, even when he's not having a good game, he will find the Dons fans have no problem with him having a poor game because he works tirelessly, and it's the first time I've really properly seen him, and he just doesn't stop.
Kasumi kind of the weak link at the moment for me. Forward it goes from Kasumi to Nombe towards God, that's unlucky. Good first time pass, but Hennigan got there. Blackpool can clear. Here comes Spearing the man forward over to the far side. Spearing gets it back, rolls it towards Nuttall. Nuttall tries to go past Martin. Martin's there. Nuttall on that far side. Nangelay inside the box. Kaikai's there as well. Goes down. It's going to fall to Thompson. Thompson on the D. Curling shot from Thompson. Good shot from Jordan Thompson, but just didn't quite get the power on it, and it was a little bit obvious where it was going to go. Nichols collects comfortably.
Yeah, I think the crowd wanted him to shoot first time, but I don't think he quite felt that the ball was coming down quick enough, so he eventually brought it down, but by the time he'd done that, there was a sea of yellow shirts descending on him, and then he then ended up rushing the shot, and it was a fairly tame effort in him.
You're listening to Three Counties Sport, BBC Three Counties Radio, across Beds, Herts and Bucks, but specifically this afternoon on 104.5 FM. And I follow MK Dons. The Dons are leading by a goal to nil. Luke Ashmead and Paul Dixon there. 6 minutes before the break. Poole on the far side towards Williams. It's got to be dealt with, and it is dealt with. And Husband puts it out of play, and it's another corner for MK Dons. Third, I think, in the game. Fourth in the game.
Yeah, scored from the first. Early on, of course. It's been spoken about a fair bit. I'm not entirely sure of the setup with the two players going for the corner, but
it's a Tisdale thing.
Fair enough.
Peterborough go 2-0 up against Rochdale. Rotherham are leading Bolton by 2-1. Sunderland get their third goal as the ball's delivered into the penalty area. Nobody's prepared to get hold of that, and it's gone behind. It will be a goal kick.
It just went all the way through from Lewington. It flummoxed those in tangerine as much as it did those in yellow. I think nobody could quite get on the end of it.
Throw in for the home side towards Nuttall. Lewington just loops the ball into the air towards the edge of the penalty area. Agard challenging. It's fallen to Houghton though. He's just going to play it back to Poole. Poole will now have a little run. He's got Williams outside it. Poole to Williams. Plays the ball behind Williams, which wasn't brilliant. And now Williams to Houghton. Houghton on the right-hand side. Almost goes back to the halfway line. Kasumi delivers early. Header away was a decent one from Hennigan. And now Husband can clear upfield, but he clears it out of play, and it will be a throw to MK Dons over on that far side here at Bloomfield Road, leading by a goal to nil. Poole just gives the ball to Williams. Williams will throw to Poole. Williams tries to deliver. Smashed against Jay Spearing. Out of play for another throw on that far side. I think Paul Tisdale, as you said, Paul, will be pretty happy with what he's seen so far.
If they go in at the break 1-0, he'll take that.
Throw in taken by Williams to Paul. Paul in a little bit of space. And Kai comes across, and I think he's having a little go at one or two of the other players and saying, surely somebody should be keeping an eye on George Williams. It's a corner.
Yeah, I mean, they're racking up these corners, I suppose. I mean, in the last few minutes, it's what, 3, I think, in 5 minutes, 10 minutes or so, and they are causing problems.
Here's the corner. Lewington, left-footed delivery. Across it goes. Walsh was there, couldn't quite get ahead towards goal. Paul will collect it on the left-hand side. Will he deliver? No, he tries to take it onto his right foot, pushed off the ball, and it's poor control from Regan Paul, in all honesty. He didn't need to do that, but throw into Blackpool. Header from Lewington, out of play. 41.5 minutes played here at a sunny, just getting a little bit of sun that's come round to us, which is nice, isn't it? I can feel the left side of my leg warming up a bit, because we have been in the cold. I've even got a hat on today, haven't I?
Yeah, oh yes.
But you know me, I wear a hat in July.
Yeah.
Surprised you've got a jacket on today. It's usually a t-shirt day for you.
Yeah, I kind of put it on expecting it to be chilly by the sea, and
with your tough northern roots.
Exactly, quite.
Throw in for Blackpool. Russell Martin comes to head it away. It's picked up by Thompson in the middle of the park. Dean Lewington fouled Jordan Thompson, and the free kick has been taken quickly. Kai in the centre circle. Kasumi in attendance. Thompson delivers a ball over towards the far side, the Blackpool left-hand side, but it's poor. It's given James Husband no chance. It's bounced out of play, and it'll be a throw to the Dons over on that far side, level with their own penalty area, and we've got 2.5 minutes before the 45 is up, and we'll maybe get a minute's added time at the end of this first half, possibly 2 with the couple of problems that there were with Sam Nombe and the issue, of course, with James Husband on the far side. Throwing for the Dons. Williams with that long throw towards Nombe. Nombe on towards Agard. Agard can't keep it in play. And it's out for a throw to Blackpool in this game. Is almost just dwindling out.
Yeah, that's
at the end of this first half.
I'd say that's a good way of describing it. Dwindling. I think again, the Dons will be fine with that. Going 1-0 up. Decent performance. Nothing to get too worried about, I suppose, in the grand scheme of things, against the side above you in the table.
Tottenham lead Crystal Palace by 4-0. Chelsea leading by 3-0. Tammy Abraham with 2. Man United 1, Leicester 0. That is the games in the Premier League. Sheffield United 0, Southampton 0 as well, and Brighton and Hove Albion 0, Burnley 0. Liverpool beat Newcastle 3-1 earlier. It's 1-0 here to MK Dons. Luton have got a goal back against Queen's Park Rangers. Heading towards half-time. Minute remaining in this first half. Nangele into the path of Thompson. Thompson to Edwards, but it's a poor pass. Unfortunately, there were no MK Dons players to chase that one down. Edwards floats the ball forward for the run of Nuttall. Nuttall takes it well. He's got to get past Russell Martin, who's pointing where he wants a player to go and cover. Back to Feeney. Feeney plays the ball over into the penalty area, but the header away was a decent one from George Williams. Out of play with 30 seconds remaining in this half. Here's Husband. Husband will deliver. No, he can't get it across, and it's come off an MK Dons player, and another throw for Blackpool over on that far side. The travelling fans, I hope you can hear them to our left-hand side. Enjoying themselves so far. 1-0 up, MK Dons. Russell Martin with a goal 5 minutes in. Throw in taken. 15 seconds in this first half and any added time. Nangele. 2 minutes. As I thought, 2 minutes. Delivery from Tilt. Might have been a little mix-up there between Russell Martin and Lee Nichols. But Lee Nichols just completely almost ignored Russell Martin, who almost wafted a boot at it, and collects, and it's in his arms, and we're into that 2 minutes added time, Paul.
That could have gone anywhere, but Lee Nichols did well, because it kind of hit him and rolled up him rather than away from him. So he's slightly fortunate, but also quite good goalkeeping to hold on to it at the second attempt.
Here's Feeney. Joe Walsh will opt to go back to his goalkeeper. Lee Nichols, and Nichols goes long. Right-footed clearance up towards Nombe. Nombe's just shut off being able to approach the ball by tilt, and Blackpool come forward on that far side. Thompson, square pass to this near side, and Edwards. His ball in is poor. Clearance from Walsh is simple. Up towards Nombe. Nombe's control is lovely. Beautiful control in the middle of the park from Sam Nombe. Bad pass though to Lewington. Gets away with it because Feeney messes it up. And now Agard down the left-hand side. Can they get a second goal before the break? Agard will try and get it across. It's come off a Blackpool player. Is it going to form to Williams? Williams almost battled with, clashed with Thompson. Williams over on the far side. Tries to get it across. Clearance comes from Spearing. Smashed in the air and out of play for a throw to MK Don's level with the penalty area.
I think Agard could have slipped it into Dean Lewington then. I know that's not the way round it should be, but
poor decision, wasn't it, from Agard?
He went on the outside instead, and Lewington's run was lost.
Williams throws in to McGrandles, gets it back. Now Regan Poole, McGrandles, right hand side, level with the penalty area. Poole to McGrandles. The referee blows the whistle for half time as McGrandles going forward, and I think Regan Poole saying, well, why didn't you let it play? And the referee's saying, well, because the 2 minutes of added time have been played.
Yeah, it's not, not rugby. It's not when the ball goes out, is it?
It's and that's the bottom line. So half time here. It's MK Dons who lead the game, Paul, and just about done enough. I think just about done enough to be 1-0 up.
We're about to get off and underway. Kieran Agard had a decent first half, had one shot that flashed past Jack Anick's goal. But I think maybe Paul Tisdale will be keen on his side testing Jack Anick, because Anick's been beaten by Russell Martin's shot. But other than that, he's not had a lot to do in this game. Don's kicking from left to right as we look in the main stand here. Referee Andy Haynes is happy, waves at both goalkeepers, and Kieran Agard gets the second half underway. Paul Dixon and Luke Ashmead at Bloomfield Road as the ball's played forward by the Dons, and Sam Nombe heads it looking for Agard. It went straight into the hands of Jack Anick. Ball played forward up towards Nangelay. No changes for either side. At the break, Russell Martin plays it forward. Conor McGrandles, and then Joe Walsh. Walsh unable to keep the ball in play. Throw to Blackpool, header away by Russell Martin. It's going to be another throw for the Changerines. And Ryan Edwards looking for an outlet, takes it now with minute of the half as the ball goes flashing past Jordan Houghton. It's on this left-hand side now, and Husband plays it infield. Curtis Tilt, short pass to Thompson, just short of the centre circle. It's not a great pass, and bobbles off Kasumi. Dons have the ball back, all the way back. In fact, they've gone from the halfway line back to their goalkeeper. Wasn't a great ball from Martin, and Lee Nichols had to be alert. It's cleared by Nichols. It's bobbled its way all the way through. And it's little things like that, Luke, where they had the ball on the halfway line, they won it back, and they play it all the way back to the goalkeeper. And I know sometimes that is necessary to keep the ball, but just put themselves under a little bit of unnecessary pressure for me. Anyway, the ball's played out towards Williams, who's seen off by Curtis Tilt, and there'll be a throw virtually, 10 yards from their own corner flag for Blackpool. Blackpool nil, MK Dons 1. Husband takes it down the line. Knuckle, then Thompson. Husband, who's back where he started, where the throw was taken. Knuckle just heads it up in the air, under pressure from Poole. Very, very poor start to this half.
Yeah.
No one can put their foot on it. Knuckle comes forward. Nangelay, little touch to Knuckle. He's got Kai to his left. He plays the ball in. It rather hits Tilt, I think it was, and it's gone out of play for a goal kick.
Regan Poole and George Williams have swapped places.
Yes. Yeah, Poole at the back.
Not been convinced by Poole yet this season. He's got a little bit to prove.
No, he came with a decent reputation at this level, didn't he? As Nombe gets the better of Spearing, but just maybe shows a little bit too much of it to an experienced player, and the former Liverpool and Bolton man took it off him fairly easily in the end. The change passes with Thompson over the halfway line. Nangelay, poor touch there from Knuckle. That allows the challenging from Walsh, who with himself was then challenged by Spearing, who is penalised for it's a free kick.
Super play from Joe Walsh. Just having a little burst of almost like midfielder energy, Joe Walsh.
Free kick taken by the Welshman to the goal scorer Russell Martin, who puts a ball up towards the penalty area. A header won by Nombe. He's taken a whack to the head again for the second time in the game. The referee will call this to a halt once he realises. They can jeer all they like, the Blackpool fans, but the referee's under strict instructions. Nombe, he's got a headache in the morning, I think.
He's fearless, isn't he? Absolutely fearless is Sam Nombe. He's prepared to go toe-to-toe, or in this case head-to-head with those defenders. Hennigan and Edwards and big Curtis Tilt. He's certainly getting up there. He's got great leap, a bit like George Williams, bigger leap than his size should suggest.
He's back up on his feet again, Sam Nombe.
corners with Russell Martin.
Oh, yes. So it is. And he's thrown it to the referee, who will now decide what to do. And I think what he'll do is just give it back to Russell Martin. You might as well let him keep it, really. Ball played forward, up towards Agard. The Grandals swings the ball forward. Nombe is after it, Sam Nombe. He's got Feeney with him. He does really well to keep the ball in play. Excellent play from Sam Nombe. Now Lewington just has to slow things down. Plays it back to Joe Walsh. Dons have got plenty forward here in this attack. Lewington swings the ball in. It's headed away by Hennigan. Good play from Kasumi. He's unlucky there, Kasumi. He got ahead of his man, but planted the header out of play for a goal kick. What fantastic forward play that was from Sam Nombe.
He causes problems. Whatever he's doing, he causes problems. The ball to him from McGrandles was quick and clever, and first time he had to run onto it, but he controlled it really well when he was under a lot of attention from Kai.
Agard looked to be clever there and play it between two Blackpool defenders. Williams is just saying, well, I was here, just to the right of you. Just
to be fair to Kieran Agard, it was actually the right ball. It's just George Williams wasn't on the same wavelength as Kieran Agard. So I suppose in that way it wasn't the right ball.
Kasumi makes the challenge. Good play from him. He's had a better start to the second half than maybe his performance in the first. It's back with Lee Nichols. Now Joe Walsh, who's going to need to try and get past Kai. Plays it up to David Kasumi, halfway inside his own half to the left-hand side. Now Lewington. Jordan Houghton back to his goalkeeper. Don still leading here by a goal to nil. 52 minutes played at Bloomfield Road. Agard has to use all his strength to see off two defenders there. Williams plays it down the line, and it's a free kick to the Dons. Foul on Agard by a rather perplexed looking James Husband. Right hand side, halfway inside the Blackpool half. Blackpool 0, MK Dons 1. Three Counties Sport on BBC Three Counties Radio. 5:05 to come in around about 55 minutes with Jeff Doyle. Have your say as ever on a Saturday evening. We're on 104.5 FM as ever for MK Dons commentary, and around the world on I Follow MK Dons. Everybody is forward and everybody is back in this attack. Houghton plays it short to Lewington, who drifts the ball into the penalty area. Nombe now, at the second time of asking, gets the ball towards the edge of the 6-yard box. It's headed away. Houghton now by the corner flag. He just wants to see it out. Anywhere else on the pitch, that would be obstruction. But he wins the throw. Good play from Williams, who then absolutely batters it across the face of, well, I say face of goal, across the edge of the 6-yard box, and it flies across and out of play the other side for a throw to Blackpool.
I think he was trying to drill it low along the ground, wasn't he? And he got some air on it, and it ended up being a ridiculous pass.
That's exactly what he was doing. He was hoping one of those, any touch would just knock it in, absolutely. Ball back again by the Dons, who are having a decent spell here. Here's George Williams. There's a free kick though to Blackpool. Foul on Jay Spearing, just outside the Blackpool box. And the Dons there just slowed down in their quest to try and get a second goal here. They've had a decent start to the half, leading by a goal to nil. Ball played up towards Armin Nanjale. Good defensive work there by Regan Poole. Here's Agard. That's a lovely play from Agard. It's slipped through towards Nombe. I don't know if he was. He's offside. I don't know if he was, you know. I thought that Husband was keeping him on. The assistant on this near side, Mark Cunliffe, had a better look at it and a better view of it than me. But my instant reaction was that Husband was keeping him on. But anyway, the flag went up and Blackpool have it in the midfield with Spearing. Lovely play though in the midfield, and Regan Poole there showing his worth at the beginning of that move. It's played across here to Curtis Tilt. Approaches the halfway line. In behind for Nanjale. Russell Martin is with him, and Nanjale can do no more than just stop it going for a goal kick and puts it out for a throw, which George Williams will take. 55 minutes played at Bloomfield Road. Blackpool 0, MK Dons 1. Still that 5th minute goal by Russell Martin, the difference between the sides. George Williams will launch it forward. Tilt heads it up in the air. It's headed away by Houghton. Spearing has it. Edwards in the centre circle. First time pass out to Liam Feeney on the right hand side. He's got Spearing in field. He's found Spearing now. Nice play from Thompson. Husband inside the penalty area, back out of it to find Thompson. He's looking for the shooting opportunity. He's forced wide again. Husband plays it in. It's over the top of everybody. It's going to come out the other side for Feeney, who plays it back in again. It takes a deflection. Nichols comes for it, and Lee Nichols collects it.
There's danger there, no two ways about it. Danger there from those Blackpool players, but so far the Dons defenders strong, focused, committed.
Kasumi in the midfield to McGrandles. I think they put each other in bother there, and now Thompson comes forward, left-footed, shoots, and it's palmed away by Lee Nichols. Hasn't gone out of play though. Nuttall, left-hand side of the penalty area, has Husband in support. James Husband now has Nuttall in support, but Husband decides to play it into the edge of the 6-yard box where Nangelay is. It's headed away, but the Dons are still under pressure, leading by a goal to nil. That lead is under threat as it's played in towards Nangelay, who heads it up and into the hands of Lee Nichols. Nichols races towards the edge of his penalty area and looks for an outlet as the noise levels raise inside Bloomfield Road. Williams plays it to Regan Poole, who shanks a ball over to the left-hand side. It's picked up by Dean Lewington. Lewington back to Joe Walsh. He's got Kasumi in support. Wasn't the best ball to Kasumi, and Kasumi has done really well there actually. He then gives the ball away.
Goodness me, this is scrappy, Paul.
Spearing comes forward for Blackpool, plays it across to Kai. Kai has a wall of 3 Dons players. He passes to Thompson. It's cleared by the Dons. Not convincingly though. Opportunity for Husband, looking to get past Nombe. Nombe's done really well. Nombe's he put it past the defender and it's hacked away by Hennigan. And it's gone all the way through actually to Lee Nichols, who collects. And it remains 1-0. What a slightly odd half we've had so far. It's bowled out to...
It really is. It's...
Ball's played in behind, looking for the run of Agard, but Curtis Tilt manages to see Agard off and plays it back to his goalkeeper, Anik, who clears. Up to Nangelay. Good defending by McGrandles, but for the 617th time in the half so far, the ball is given away, give or take. Here's Jay Spearing out to the right-hand side, and Feeney, he's got Lewington backpedalling as he approaches the penalty area. Goes on the outside though of Lewington, right on the touchline. He plays a lovely ball infield to Edwards, the defender. Edwards goes past Kasumi but can't get past Walsh, and Walsh now comes forward. He gets past the defender, can't keep the move going on though, and the ball's gone out of play for a throw to Blackpool.
See, the referee's got to give him some protection. That's a free kick to Joe Walsh, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
You know, and the only reason Joe Walsh didn't go down, if he'd have gone down, it would have been a free kick. So it's still a free kick. Let him play on. He loses the ball. It's a free kick.
I think that was Paul Tisdale's argument on the touchline.
It's not rocket science, Paul. It's that's what I think frustrates a lot of people about the game sometimes.
Edwards has given the ball away to Nombe.
Opening up, isn't it? The whole game's opening up.
In the centre circle, not on the same wavelength as Agard. Husband, halfway line, centre circle, Spearing, 1-0 MK Dons. 3 Counties Sport on BBC 3 Counties Radio, approaching the hour mark as it's played in behind towards Feeney. He sold Lewington there, opportunity, Nangelay turns, it's blocked by the Dons. Now Agard, he tried to turn Spearing, but fouls Tilt. Blackpool want to get on with it. They sense an equaliser maybe. Spearing out to Thompson. Now Feeney onto his left foot. He doesn't want it on his left foot. He wants it on his right foot. He goes on the outside of Lewington. Played into the penalty area and out comes Lee Nichols. Lee Nichols will immediately race to the edge of his penalty area, looking for no one in particular at this point.
Just minor adjustments in this MK Don side and they'd be really good. I mean really good. But it's too many sloppy passes and essentially David Kasumu's not having a good game. I think him certainly and Regan Poole are the 2 weak links in this side this afternoon for me.
And on the bench, Moore, Bowery, Dickinson, Britton, Boateng, Harley, Asungani. Boateng's coming on, actually, I think. I was just about to say, I wonder if Boateng is...
I mean, if Boateng doesn't come on for Kasumi, I'd be absolutely gobsmacked.
This, I'll have to say, is where Kasumi looks a little lightweight.
Yeah.
Just a little lightweight in that midfield. As the ball's come forward, onside, Nuttall plays it back, shot comes in wide of goal by Nangelay.
They're knocking on the door, Paul. They're really starting to knock on the door, Blackpool. And the manager has to do something, and I think what he's doing...
It's going to be...
he's shutting up shop.
It's going to be Agard,
shutting up shop, yeah.
Boateng for Agard.
Going one up front. Yeah, he's going to pack the midfield.
Interesting that man is Nombe, though. He's gone from third, fourth choice striker, Sam Nombe, fourth choice striker, I would say, at the beginning of the season, to the man you leave on. Got that pace in behind as the defenders get tired. He's flicked that one on again. How does he get that?
He really does, doesn't he? It's incredible leap Nombe's got.
Ball flicked on by Nangelay. Opportunity for Kai, but good defending. Regan Poole. He's had a better second half.
Yeah,
much
agreed,
better since he's gone to centre back, actually. Mopped up by Ryan Edwards. 61 minutes played, and it's dispossessed, and Houghton's in there clear. Houghton 2-0 for MK Dons. Mistake of the back for Blackpool, and just as it looked like the home side would be the next team to score in this game, Jordan Houghton takes advantage and steers it past Jack Anick. 62 minutes played, and the Dons lead here by 2-0.
Yeah, great finish from Jordan Houghton. He still had a little bit of work to do, and there was a tension on him, but he calmly side foot finish to his right hand side, and really good finish from Jordan Houghton. And Paul, nothing less than 3 points would be acceptable now. They've got to go on and win this game, and it's a good, first away win in the league of the season. They can keep a clean sheet, beat Blackpool, one of the early pace setters. It's going to be a really good afternoon all round for so many reasons for MK Dons.
If you come somewhere where you would pre-match take a point,
absolutely that,
and get a win, but the game changes throughout. You would not take a point now, as you've absolutely just said, as Lewington goes down, head injury. So the referee once again will stop it. I think it was a free kick anyway. 63 minutes played at Bloomfield Road. Blackpool were knocking on the door, but a mistake at the back has let in Jordan Houghton. He took the goal. He's not a goal scorer in that sense. I mean, he can hit them and he can score good goals, but he's not a player that you immediately would put in a one-on-one situation. But he steered it past Anick really well.
Yep.
In fact, Anick went the wrong way, interestingly. Dived the other way. Beaten twice. And Jack Anick will look at it and go, well, I've got nothing to do today. That's not to say the Dons don't deserve to be in the lead in this game, though, because Lee Nichols equally has not been flying around his goal.
Yeah.
He's like I said at the end of the half, he's been more involved, but not from saving his team, if you see what I mean. Handball there surely in the midfield for Blackpool, but not given. Here's Houghton. Now Williams, right hand side, in an advanced position, plays it edge of the penalty area. Houghton lays it off. Boateng, he tried the little curler, it was blocked. McGrandles picks it up again. Lewington's dispossessed, and Feeney can come forward. He's got Nangelay and Kai ahead of him. Lewington straining everything to get back to Feeney, and he has done. He's got support from Walsh. 3 of them round him now, and Feeney's done. McGrandles and Lewington have done really well as the ball's played in behind, looking for Sam Nombe. It just drifts out of play, and Hennigan will have a throw for Blackpool. He plays it back to his goalkeeper. Jack Anick plays it short to Curtis Tilt. Dons leading by 2-0 on Three Counties Sport. In the sunshine in the northwest by the sea, as it's played forward by Anick, chested down by Nangelay, flicked though by Kasumi. Houghton to Nombe, looking to try and get it back to Houghton, but there was enough defenders there in Tangerine that Nombe couldn't quite squeeze it through, and Anick plays it out to the left hand side, and Husband infield to Jay Spearing, left-footed ball forward, dispossessed, or rather cut out by Boateng. Houghton fouls Husband, who's got all sorts over his nose after that injury he picked up, nose injury he picked up in the first half. There's stuff up his nose, on his nose. Blackpool have it. Right hand side. Edwards. Infield to Thompson. Right hand side of the centre circle. Twists away from Kasumi. And it's played forward by Edwards. In behind towards Nuttall. Right hand side of the penalty area. Just drifts out of it momentarily and then finds Spearing. First time pass to the left hand side, and Husband, who plays the ball into the penalty area. Comfortable header away for Joe Walsh. Sam Numbe is there. He manages to turn two players. He's being pulled back, surely. The referee says no. He goes past one, then he goes past Spearing. Wonderful play again from Sam Numbe.
Absolutely brilliant ball.
What forward play this is. He's found Boateng now. Absolutely. I think the Dons fans have got a new hero. It's played out wide by Kasumi. Now to Williams, approaches the penalty area. Regan Paul for support. Drams it across, the shot comes in, it's away from the edge of the 6-yard box.
Joe Walsh.
It was Joe Walsh. I was so surprised, I didn't want to be certain it was him. Walsh has it again, left hand side. He's got McGrandles in support, but instead he plays a left-footed ball towards the edge of the penalty area. It's cleared by Blackpool, only as far as Russell Martin, who scored the opening goal. Been added to by Jordan Houghton. Dons leading by 2-0 with 66 minutes played at Bloomfield Road. Here's Dean Lewington. Short pass to Walsh, who gets it back to his goalkeeper. They just don't need to make any mistakes here, MK Dons. They don't need to give Blackpool a way back into this game. Lewington with a header, only finds Feeney. Right hand side, good challenge from Conor McGrandles. Here's Lewington, plays it infield to Kasumi. Now to Walsh. Russell Martin, 5 yards outside his penalty area. He just gets it back to his goalkeeper. Lee Nichols under pressure, and he just sees off Nuttall there. Now Martin approaches the halfway line. Russell Martin, little touch for Kasumi.
That goal has given them just a bit more freedom, hasn't it? It's calmed them down a little bit, and what Paul Tisdale has done is he's basically stuck 5 at the back. So whereas Williams and Lewington would be those forward-thinking wing backs, he's now playing virtually a flat back 5 when they're defending. So Williams, Paul, Martin, Walsh, and then Lewington, 4 in the middle, and Sam Nombe up front. So he's that change when he brought on Boateng and he changed things round. Blackpool can't cope with it at the moment. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do offensively, and they certainly don't know what to do defensively, which is interesting because Tisdale made the change from a defensive perspective, but it's actually worked out for him going forward.
Yeah. Well, Blackpool are going to make a change soon as we approach the halfway point in the second half. It's going to be a throw to the Dons. We're going to see a change, and Nuttall is coming off, and is it Ryan Hardy?
Yep.
Is coming on. The number 9 for Blackpool. Joe Nuttall off, Ryan Hardy on. Blackpool 0, MK Dons 2. Luke Ashmead. Oh, they're going to make another change as well, actually. Scannell's coming on, and Curtis Tilt is coming off for Blackpool. Luke.
Paul, thanks very much. It's good this, isn't it? 2-0 up, MK Dons here at Bloomfield Road. Haven't seen too many victories here for away teams in the 3 counties, so it's quite nice to be here watching this, and it's been a really interesting game to talk about. I think Paul Tisdale will have learnt quite a lot about a lot of his side. And tactically, so far, he's got it right, hasn't he, Paul? With the changes in this second half. Dean Lewington's going to let that roll out. We've had 68 minutes played, and if you've just tuned in, an eventful game so far. Blackpool 0, MK Dons 2. It's been plenty to kind of look at and dissect, hasn't there, in this game?
Yeah, it's been a really interesting game. I mean, some of the quality levels have dropped, certainly at the beginning of the second half. No one could seem to get their foot on the ball, and everyone seemed intent on giving it away, but when it's mattered, the Dons have...
There's a substitute, number 9, Ryan Hardy, hitting a shot.
Sorry, broke off there because it just looked threatening for a moment, but yeah, the Dons have won the crucial moments, and they've just got to continue to do that. Sorry, Luke.
That's okay.
Just got to continue to do that.
Here comes the corner, left-footed delivery, high to the far post. Edwards is there. Edwards gets it back across. This dangerous. Nangelay's there, and I think he fouled Jordan Houghton, was it, or Regan Paul? Oh, it's come off Paul, hasn't it? And it's going to be another corner. Nangelay was the threat because he's huge, is Armand Nangelay. And so is Edwards, actually. Both very, very tall players. They're the threat. Hennigan's in there as well. The number 9 Hardy's just floating around the 6-yard box. Here comes the delivery from Kai. Across it goes. Good header away by Jordan Houghton. Out to the far side and Feeney. Feeney's control is decent. He's got Spearing behind him. Decides to play it in low. Martin gets a touch on it. It's Scannell now. Plays it out to the far side. Feeney back to Spearing. Low pass. This is dangerous. Shot coming in. Great save from Lee Nichols. I think that was a low shot towards the near post. Was it the substitute, Sean Scannell? I'm not sure who hit it. I couldn't quite see because the post was in the way. It was Sean Scannell. Anyway, it's gone behind. Great save from Lee Nicholl. There's danger here. The corner's taken. Williams with a header away. Only as far as Feeney on the far side. Feeney twists and turns, tries to get it past Boateng, does. Good header from Sam Nombe doing his defensive duties. Out of play, throw to Blackpool, 70 minutes played. Dons lead by 2-0 here on Three Counties Sport. Delivery into the penalty area, header from Edwards over the bar, and it's going to be, to some relief for Milton Keynes Dons, it's going to be a goal kick.
They've had these little spells, Blackpool, haven't they? They've had, about 4 or 5 of these little pockets of maybe 3 minutes or so where you've thought, Dons need to keep firm here, otherwise they could concede, and this is another one of those. They're not consistent. They haven't seemingly managed to get up ahead of steam at any point in this game, and the Dons have defended well, and then Blackpool have come again a little while later. Hopefully that spell, their latest spell, Blackpool, is over, because when the Dons have had their moments, they've also looked threatening.
Dons fans enjoying themselves. I hope you're picking that up. I've got a microphone aimed straight towards them at the moment. Hopefully you're picking up your fans here at Bloomfield Road enjoying themselves. George Williams tussling in the middle of the park with Kai. Into the middle it goes with Spearing to Nangelay. This is dangerous. Kai taking it on. Fouled by Regan Paul. Was fouled by Regan Paul. Free kick about 25 yards out.
What was he doing? He just leant into him in front of the referee. He wasn't going anywhere. There was 3 defenders about to challenge him, and he just pushed him over. Leant into him and knocked him off balance, and he went over. I mean, look, it's a fair way out. You're probably talking 40 yards, 30. I mean, if you're being specific, it's probably 38. But this will take some hit.
It's a lot further out than I thought the actual... it was clearly where the player had rolled to rather than where the offence took place. But yeah, you're right, it's a fair old way out. And Kai's over this, Spearing's over it. Looks like it's going to be Kai, isn't it? Kai's going to hit this right-footed, I think. No, Spearing plays it left-footed to the edge of the penalty area. Delivered by Husband into the box. It's dealt with by Conor McGrandles. They're just packing the box, Blackpool, and trying to get the second balls as they're cleared by MK Dons, or not cleared, should be the case. Scannell will get it across. Feeney gets it across. Header! Hits the bar! Great header from the home side.
Hennigan with the header.
Hennigan with the header, the number 6. Hits the top of the bar and goes over, and it'll be a goal kick.
Well, should he score? I mean, he's unmarked. It's a free header. He's hit the bar. But really, I think if you're a central defender up for the ball into the box and you get a free header from 7 yards, 8 yards out maybe, you're probably looking to score. And he's just got under it slightly. And it's smacked the bar, but we're in one of those threatening periods again, Luke.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're in one of those, and the Dons have just got to see this off if they can.
Absolutely that. 2-0 to MK Dons here. Luton have pulled it back to 3-2 now. Queen's Park Rangers 3, Luton 2 on 103.8 digital radio. It's Sam Nombe for MK Dons. Tries to get it to Williams, hits the ball against Husband. It's out of play, throw in level with the Blackpool penalty area that George Williams will take. Three Counties Sport, BBC Three Counties Radio. Goals from Jordan Houghton and Russell Martin. Houghton tries to get away from his man, Khan. And now Husband will bring the ball forward for the home side. Plays the ball over towards Scannell. Walsh is going to go across and deal with this, and he does by smashing it towards the technical area of Paul Tisdale. It's going to be a throw to Blackpool. That was dangerous. Walsh was wide to it. Good defending.
I think they committed a little bit too many players forward there when you're 2-0 up away from home, Luke. I mean, maybe I'm being overcautious, but they left 2 on 2. And if Walsh misses that.
Here come the Dons. Boateng on the far side for the visitors. Up against Feeney. Still Boateng, just keeping hold of the ball. Plays it back to McGrandles. McGrandles on the edge of the penalty area. Right-footed. He plays it as this near side. Lovely pass from Conor McGrandles. Williams, low ball across. Shot in! It's David Kasumi to make it 3. Right on the edge of the 6-yard box. Low delivery from George Williams. And David Kasumi strolls in and taps it home. This is game over. MK Dons are 3-0 up, and the Blackpool fans are streaming out of Bloomfield Road.
Crucial moments, Luke. They've had the crucial moments. They've got them absolutely right in this game. Boateng shouldn't underestimate his role in that, because not only did he steam forward down that left-hand side, he played a lovely ball out to Williams on the right, and the ball was played in. And Kasumi, well, we've said it's not been his best game necessarily, but that was a very, very good finish. He scored one at AFC Wimbledon in the League Cup, of course, earlier in the season, and that was a really good finish.
3-0. What an afternoon for these travelling supporters. It's been, difficult to get here this afternoon for those supporters. And they've seen 3 goals. Kasumi, Houghton, and a goal in the first half for Russell Martin as well. Here come the home side. Hardy plays it out to Scannell on the far side. Looks to go past Conor McGrandles. I think McGrandles has been absolutely brilliant today.
Yeah, I agree. I'd struggle to pick a man of the match, actually.
Agreed.
I think Nombe has led the line expertly, someone way beyond his years. McGrandles has been superb. I think Walsh has had a very good game, because I think Walsh, he's made one or two little errors, nothing crucial, but twice he's made crucial interceptions.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
He's been excellent.
Free kick given to Blackpool. I think it was a high boot, actually. The referee's assistant was right on it, and it's as good as a corner. It's kind of in between where the corner flag is and the edge of the 18-yard box, and it's quite close as well. So here comes a left-footed delivery into the box. It goes, header over the bar from Nanjale, goal kick. Simple as that.
Yeah, just need to keep doing that, don't they? The scoreboard doesn't want to update. Still says 2-0, but the Dons are in full control of this game now. They've just been clinical. You look at Houghton's goal, Kasumi's goal, and even Russell Martin's goal, really. I mean, Martin absolutely powered that goal. He meant it, didn't he? He absolutely meant that goal. They've all been very, very good finishes. Well, I don't think Blackpool have been 3 goals, or MK Dons have been 3 goals better necessarily. But I think, is he going to go in the book?
Sam Nombe getting a yellow card. Yeah, I think you're right.
But I mean, we don't care hugely about that, of course, really. But
let's not underestimate. Let's not underestimate Conor McGrandles' part in that goal either, because it was a brilliant ball out to Williams. Anyway, here come Blackpool. Edwards. Husband back to Edwards. Across it goes to Hennigan to Spearing to Scannell. I mean, they're trying to get back into this game, Blackpool, but 3-0 up. All the Dons need to do now is just pack it. How are we going to get on the end of this? Oh, they are floundering a little bit, the home side. Paul's going to get pulled up for that. Foul against Feeney, and Kai, and it will be a free kick that Husband will take quickly. Here comes Kai. Forward it goes to Nanjale, to Husband, near side. 78 minutes played. Blackpool 0, MK Dons 3. Williams with some defending to do. Good defending that from Houghton. He's not hugely happy after the ball was smashed against him by Thompson.
Yeah, that's
300 MK Don supporters here in an attendance of 8,283.
Yeah, I think he's been, I don't know, it's in his thigh, isn't it? He's just,
looks like it's his knee, to be honest with you.
He twisted.
Yeah, I mean, what happened was Thompson just tried to deliver the ball left-footed. Jordan Houghton was very, very close, and he went down as soon as it was struck against his leg. And I wonder whether it just kind of caught him and just opened his leg out a little bit as he blocked it. Three County Sport on BBC Three Counties Radio. Elsewhere in League One, Accrington Stanley 1, Sunderland 3. AFC Wimbledon are beating Shrewsbury by a goal to 0. Burton 0, Coventry 0. Gillingham 1, Wickham 0. Wickham look to be heading off the top spot. Ipswich 0, Doncaster 0. Lincoln 0, Bristol Rovers 1. It's not been a happy time for Lincoln of late, has it? Oxford 2, Tranmere 0. Peterborough 6, Rochdale 0. Peterborough 6, Rochdale 0. Rotherham 6, Bolton 1. And Southend 2, Fleetwood 3. Here it's 3-0 to MK Dons. 2-2 between Stevenage and Carlisle. And of course we've got championship action this afternoon in the shape of Luton Town. They're still losing by 3 goals to 2 at Loftus Road. Thompson goes down inside the box, never appealed for a penalty, and it's gone behind. It'll be a goal kick. 3 Counties Sport, 104.5 FM, and I follow MK Dons. This game, basically, what MK Dons are looking for now is a clean sheet for me. Yeah. That's what you look for. Clean sheet, 3-0, first away win of the season. Happy days. Yeah. I mean, just great afternoon.
Yeah, I think it would actually...
Long ball forward over the top for Hardy. Not going to get there. Sorry, Paul.
No, to tarnish it a little bit if they concede, I think. But because really, it's been a decent defensive display,
agreed,
hasn't it?
Agreed. Yeah.
I mean, they're basically playing 5 at the back now, really.
Williams loses out. Kai was decent then. It allowed Husband to get the ball. Here's Nangelay on the left-hand side. Plays it back to Husband. Husband will play the cross left-footed away by Boateng. Nombe's going to go and try and get hold of this, and Nombe just trying to use his strength against Hennigan. He's given them a horrible afternoon, as Sam Nombe. He's given them a really horrible afternoon. Just biting at everything and making it difficult for the Blackpool defenders. It's Scannell, though, the second half substitute. Paul Tesdale and those defenders will be desperate to get a clean sheet. Across it goes. Header away was a good one from Jordan Houghton. Going to find Sam Nombe, is it? No. Hennigan steps in and heads it. Husband, Kai on the edge of the penalty area, looking for a shooting opportunity. Not allowed one, though. Thompson, Spearing tries to get it back onto his left foot. Goes behind the post, plays out on the far side to Feeney. Feeney will deliver, right-footed into the penalty area. Hardy's there, and Hardy heads wide. Oh, Paul. Hardy's headed wide. Shouldn't he have scored?
I think he thought the goal was in front of him, but actually it was not. He was just on the near post, and he's headed it kind of straight, and he just needed to flick it, but he should score. And that's why he couldn't quite believe that he hadn't.
Well, substitution for the Dons then. Callum Britton's going to replace Jordan Houghton, one of the goal scorers this afternoon. And Callum Britton, who was unavailable, he wasn't fit. I think it was a calf issue for the last game against AFC. And he's back on, and he's one of our own. And Callum Britton gets those 300 fans cheering somebody else's name. They've been brilliant this afternoon to my left. Walsh with a bit of work to do, and Walsh just smashes it out of play. Throw into Blackpool. We've got 7 minutes remaining plus added time here. Listen to this. MK Dons 3-0 up against Blackpool at Bloomfield Road. What a cracking afternoon for travelling supporters. The sun is shining here on the seaside, and it's shining on the MK Dons supporters and those players. All about the clean sheet. Can they maybe get another goal and really send the rest of this crowd here home? Half of them have gone already. Another
goal, and it'll look like it did a year ago.
It really will. It really will.
Walsh is down.
Walsh is down. He did go a little awkwardly, actually, as he cleared that ball with his left foot, didn't he?
Yeah, did he? I think he just twisted again, a bit like Houghton, actually. Just planted his foot, and it just twisted. They do still have one substitute available, but a little bit of a shame if they were to lose another player to injury, although I think Jordan Houghton is watching the rest of the game. I don't think he's necessarily in too much discomfort. It was more of a precautionary measure taking him off. Yep. I think Ryan Harley is going to come on.
Throw in taken on that far side. Back to Edwards. Edwards will deliver into the penalty area. headed back quite nicely by Hennigan. Nichols was a little bit floundering a little bit there, wasn't he?
Yeah, did he misread the flight of the ball?
I think he did, and I wonder whether the sun's got anything to do with it, although the sun's this way, not there, so I don't know. Anyway, it's been dealt with, but Blackpool have the ball inside their own half. Rolled back by Hennigan to the goalkeeper, Annick. Annick will clear, left-footed upfield over the halfway line. We've got 5 minutes remaining here plus added time. MK Dons leading by 3-0. Boateng just smashes it forward. It's just about seeing this game out now for the Dons and taking all 3 points, and a very valuable 3 points here at Bloomfield Road. The first away win in the league this season. Husband to Kai. Into the centre circle it goes to Spearing. Spearing then sprays it over to the far side, and Feeney on the right side, looking to take on Conor McGrandles. Here goes Feeney. Feeney delivers low. Lewington steps in and gets it clear. Still Feeney. Feeney will play it across. Header from Hardy. Isn't going to get there. Martin gets it away. It's going to bounce once, go out of play, and will Spearing let it go out for a throw? He will. The throw-in's taken towards Scannell. Lewington looking to deal with this. Lewington just trying to use his strength, and it's actually Lewington who's... Well, Dean Lewington was trying to say to the referee, I was being pulled, but it actually came off Louis, and it's been given as a corner, Paul.
Yeah, I mean, Lewington will give that out and not expect a free kick against him.
Here comes the corner. Left-footed delivery. It's not been dealt with, and Dean Lewington has to stab that away again. It almost just dropped out of nowhere into the 6-yard box, and Lewington pokes it behind. It's going to be a corner. Kai will take it on their left, but with his right boot, in swinger towards the far side. Good header from Russell Martin. It's back in for Blackpool though. Dangerous here, and Lee Nichols collects right underneath his crossbar, and he runs towards the edge of the box and bowls it out to Boateng. Boateng's got Kai chasing after him. Boateng will keep the ball, and he strides forward. Plays it over to the far side. Kept in play, nice. Nombe's there. Here's Kasumi. Now Lewington and Kasumi. Good feet and control from David Kasumi. It's definitely been a better second half for him, I agree with you.
I think the players who were letting them, and I use this term loosely, but letting them down, and as much as not quite performing to their standards in the first half, Regan Poole, David Kasumi, have both stepped it up quite a lot actually in the second half. I don't think I could now name a player.
Long ball over the top for Hardy, the substitute. First touch, is he going to keep that in play? He is, inside the MK Dons penalty area. Rolls it back, Kai's there in the D. Lovely challenge there from Kasumi. Long range effort from Jay Spearing, but it's simple for Lee Nichols. He collects it low right in the middle of the goal, and bowls it out to McGrandles. Good run from Nombe. Nombe's onside, and he was onside. Nombe to make it 4. Nombe with the shot. Oh, he hits the post. Sam Nombe. He deserved that goal this afternoon, did Nombe. Goodness me. Looked across to the referee's assistant. The flag was down, and rightfully so. He was completely onside. Took it on his right boot and hit the post, Paul.
You know, he reminds me of a bit of Sam Bulldog.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
You know that through on goal, opens his body. Yeah. And tries to steer it into the opposite corner. He was so unfortunate there. But I think he to me looks stronger than someone like Sam Bulldog.
I agree with that as well. Yeah, absolutely that. We might be looking at the start of a very good season for a young player coming through the ranks, Sam Nombe. Very, very nice. Anyway, they've got to keep a clean sheet. That's what they'll want to do. Nangele rolls it back to Feeney. This is dangerous. Feeney will deliver. Across it goes. Header away was a good one from Regan Poole. Nombe chasing after that one like his life depended on it, and they're 3-0 up. Brilliant to see. Here's Feeney. Feeney rolls it inside. What have we got? A minute left. A minute plus added time. Thompson. MK Dons lead by 3-0 here at Bloomfield Road. Husband. Good delivery from Husband. Across it goes. Nangele's there. His header's over the bar. It'll be a goal kick, Paul.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a thing to say, but that's that. As in, the only thing is, if you concede with 3 or 4 minutes to go, plus probably the same amount of injury time, it just gives the side that are losing that little bit of faint hope that they might get back into it. But with 45 seconds plus added time, unless there's a lot of it, that's that.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be 5 minutes. It could easily be 5 minutes. We've had Houghton injured, we've had Walsh injured, but Don's comfortable.
Here's Britain. Britain's contribution so far today has been 2 passes that have gone out of play since he's come on as a substitute. But I mean, it's not. It's more defensive what he's doing now. 3-0 up. Paul Tisdale, I think, will be absolutely delighted with this. And we'll talk more about it in the moment when maybe the ball's gone out of play. But get your opinion, Paul, because I think there's still room for a lot of improvement with MK Dons. And when you're winning 3-0 and there's still room for a lot of improvement, that could point towards a decent season. Anyway, over on the far side, here's Feeney. Feeney rolls it back to Thompson. Thompson plays it into the penalty area. Scannell's there. Scannell turns, but good defending from Joe Walsh. They've been good today, haven't they? Walsh and Martin. Yeah. Really, really good. 5 minutes added time at the end of this game. 5 minutes added time. Long ball forward towards the edge of the penalty area for Blackpool. Nangele looking for a shooting opportunity, can't get one. Comes off Poole. And I thought Nangele was going to let it roll out of play. He doesn't. Played back to Feeney. He's been a threat today. It's Liam Feeney. Feeney to Spearing. Spearing lets the ball run. Husband. Kai. Edge of the penalty area. Always wants a shooting chance. Tries a shooting chance. Right-footed. High. Slightly wide. And it will be a goal kick. Thank you very much. We'll take that all day long.
Yeah. I think there is room for improvement. There's been basic errors they've been making, and I know, they're League One players. If they never made a mistake, they'd be in the Premier League, I suppose. But they're basic errors. They're errors just not clearing the ball properly, and things that Paul Tisdale won't be happy with. Some of the passing in the first half certainly was a little awry, but I think they've just got the crucial moments right in this game.
Yeah, agreed.
They're looking more, they're gelling as well, I think.
Long ball forward. Paul's going to deal with this, is he? Yes, he is. Does clear upfield. Kasumi just tries to get it further forward. Can't. Boateng to Britain. Britain on towards Nombe. Not hugely clever from Britain, that, but not too much of a danger. Good play from Kasumi. Oh, lovely feet from David Kasumi. That's what I like to see. Look, and they can't get hold of him. He's and then there's that. You see, in one move, that's David Kasumi, isn't it? Brilliant feet, lovely movement, strength, terrible pass.
Terrible pass. I'll give him that. I'll give him that in the 92nd minute.
I absolutely agree with you.
Yeah.
But, everyone's like, David Kasumi, he's still got a long way to go as a player.
I look at Sam Nombe and I think, carry on the way you're going. Carry on the way you're going, keep learning, but essentially do what you're doing. Yeah. Because that will make you a career at a decent level in football. Whereas I look at David Kasumi and I think the basics are there. Yeah. He can take a player on. He's quite a slight figure, but he can shake a bigger player off.
Yeah. Here's a delivery for Blackpool into the area. Chested down. This is dangerous. Kaikai's there. Clearance comes from George Williams. They will want a clean sheet. Boateng, lovely strong play from Boateng on the edge of the penalty area. Still Boateng rolls it to the path of Nombe. Nombe on the right hand side. He's got no support. This is all on Sam Nombe. Taking it into the penalty area. What can he do here? Onto his left foot. Shot from Nombe. Oh, and it's a wonderful save. Wonderful save from Jack Anik. He's had actually very little to do as Anik as far as stopping shots, because MK Dons have just scored. But really good play from Nombe and a wonderful save from Jack Anik.
What's he got to do? What's he got to do to score? He's given the ball. Great run by Boateng, who's been superb since he came on. Erin Boateng, very highly thought of at the likes of Plymouth and Exeter, and he's done really well since he came on. But Nombe there again took it on, and Anik made a very good save. And in the last 20 minutes, Nombe's hit the post and seen a goal-bound effort saved. It could be 5.
Corner taken short-ish. Callum Britton's going to chase after this one. It was a slightly slightly errant pass at Joe Walsh challenging. And there's Conor McGrandles against Scannell. Out of play, it's come off McGrandles, and it'll be a throw to Blackpool over on that far side, who lead by 3 goals to nil. MK Dons. Spearing. The stand is on our right hand side is, well, it's probably a tenth as full as it was when the game started.
The whole stadium is really. Look
really leaving
around.
Numbers. Here's Nangelay, dying stages of the game. They will want a clean sheet. Lewington does the Lewington. Happy days inside the box, and it's a free kick to MK Dons.
You know what? If you've had that awful journey coming up here, you've paid your money to come to see Blackpool versus MK Dons. As a Dons fan, you've seen 3 really good goals, a 3-0 away victory, and a Lewington in injury time. What more could you want?
It's very true. We have played the 5 minutes added time here. I've got a feeling the referee will put his whistle in his mouth once Lee Nichols kicks this ball. 3 County Sport this afternoon. It is the first decent league away day for MK Dons, and there goes the full-time whistle. A convincing victory for the Travellers. Brilliant stuff from MK Dons this afternoon. 3-0 victory on the road, their first away league victory. 3 different goal scorers. Plenty to talk about. If you want to have your say, do it with Jeff Doyle on 3 County Sport on BBC 3 Counties Radio. Paul, a thoroughly satisfactory afternoon.
Oh, thoroughly, yeah. I mean, like you say, there are things to improve, but I don't think that is of a concern right now. 3 excellent goals. They got the big moments in the game right. And as you said, when Jack Annick made that save from Numbe late on, it was probably the first save he'd had to make. But I think that's testament to the Dons. It was a game, actually, Luke, a few chances, in as much as Nichols saw one hit his bar, he had things to field, he had, say 1 or 2 saves that you would expect him to make, he made. But then you look at Dons, they made 3 very good goals, and Numbe's hit the post and seen 1 saved. That's a good away day. That's a very good away day.
Certainly is a good away day, and those supporters to our left-hand side enjoying themselves. The Dons players are coming out to applaud them, coming over to applaud them, and just enjoying every moment. Their first away victory in the league, and how they've done it well. 3-0 they've beaten Blackpool.